Hi everybody. So this is just a quick update on where we're up to on services for Sunday, as I know people have been keen to find out what's happening. We are going to be moving entirely to doing our services online. If that means that there will be no public worship taking place in the building at St John's for the foreseeable future. And we will be live streaming a service at 10:30 on Sunday morning. That will be on YouTube, and the details of where you find that will appear on the website nearer the time on the sjdh.org. We will also be streaming, or rather be doing a Zoom service at 6 p.m. for the evening service, and again the details for that will be on sjdh.org nearer the time. Both of these enable us to do something which is live and interactive and enables us to continue to gather as God's people as we always do. So we may not be in the same room, we may not be in the same building, but we still gather. And so for the morning service in particular, we want to encourage whole families to gather around whatever device you're going to use to watch and to take part. And it will be interactive. It will be something that engages all ages, much like what we do on Sundays regularly, Sunday by Sunday. So there'll be activities for children. There will be time for Q&A for everyone at the end. There'll be a sermon for adults, and there may even be some music if we can make all that work. Now obviously we've got a long road ahead, and we may take a bit of time to get to where we can get to on how we do our services. But join us 10:30 on Sunday and 6 p.m. Come first to the website, and then you will find out more from there. What is God teaching his church through all this? Maybe there's lots of things, but maybe one of them is that you don't, in order to be the church, you don't just go to church. Being church is something that we're all going to have to learn how to do. We say regularly that church is not the building, but the people. And now we're going to really have to believe that. It's easy to rely on our building. It brings people in. It helps us to have a presence in our community. But for now, we're going to have to be church like it's often been in history. And it often is around the world in places like North Korea or parts of China, where you're not allowed to meet in a building. You're not allowed to meet publicly, but you find other ways to do it. And that reminds us that just because we can't meet together doesn't mean God isn't still building his church and his kingdom. Of course he is. He's going to do it in these circumstances just as he's always done it. And our chief duties remain to love God and love our neighbour, or as we like to put it at St John's, living for Jesus, sharing his good news. There are lots of ways to do that, and we're going to put out an email tomorrow with some more details of how we can do that, and how we can positively use these circumstances to do what God is always calling his people to do. But for now, we need to pray. We need to keep depending on our Heavenly Father. We need to pray especially for our many medics amongst us who are working incredibly hard at the moment, as are many in other jobs under huge pressure, those who are anxious, those who are parents and are dealing with the consequences of schools being closed. God has got this, and we need to trust him with that. We need to know that he's a God of grace and resurrection, and he takes his people through suffering to glory, just as he did with Jesus. So let's keep on living for Jesus. Let's keep on sharing his good news, and I'll see you soon.